Hello, welcome to Jeff Lawrence Guitar Lessons. We're going to do advanced guitar lesson number 1 today. What we're going to do is talk about major and minor 9 chords as well as major and minor 7 chords. We're going to do it all from the A bar chord on the 5th fret of the 6th string. So we'll do an A major chord. Keep in mind, if you do not know this chord, you're going to want to go back and take and watch the beginning guitar series, which will have a lesson on bar chords. This is an A major bar chord. Now this is going to be a pretty big stretch. And there are other ways of making this chord. I'll show you 2 of them. Stretch your pinky a whole step over, making an A major 9. Nice, pretty sweet sound, good for ballads, good for religious music, different things like that. But it is a stretch and it's hard to play for a long period of time. So A major, pinky goes over 2 frets, A major 9. Another way of doing that, just lower your first finger down to the first, your pinky down to the first string. So your pinky down to the first string. That gives you another version of that chord too, but just concentrate mainly on the stretch. Let's do the same thing with A minor now. So A minor bar chord, so you just remove the middle finger, you have A minor. Now keep in mind, these are not in any key together. I'm just picking apart on a point on the guitar as a reference. We're using A and we're going to use D next, but they are, these chords don't go in the same key or anything like that. So this is A minor. Same thing, stretch the pinky over 2 frets, a whole step to the higher B. Good A minor 9 chord. Kind of creepy sounding, kind of scary. Just scared me just then. Did you see my eyes go like this? Okay, so A minor 9. Now keep in mind, this can be done anywhere on the neck. Anywhere on the guitar neck, you can do these chords, so it doesn't have to be an A. Same if you wanted to do it on the 7th fret and B, same thing. Make your chord, stretch your finger over. Well, we're going to stay on the 5th fret area. So let's drop down to D now. Let's do a D major chord on the 5th fret of the 5th string. D major bar chord. Now this one's a little tougher because you don't stretch anything. We kind of do, but you don't really move this finger. What you do is you reposition it like this so you can add the pinky to your 9th fret of your 3rd string, which is an E. Now you have E major 9 from the 5th string root. So this is D major 9. Probably the most difficult one to play. If you want to go back to D, you just 3rd finger. The minor one's a little more like the other ones we learned on A. So make the D minor, same fret, 5th string, 5th fret, minor bar chord. Stretch the pinky over a whole step, just like we've been doing. And you have your D minor 9. Back to D minor. You can use them both together or separately, it doesn't really matter. Now, we're going over the 9 chords. Let's go over the 7th chords. So go back to A major again. To make an A major 7, you're going to take your middle finger and move it up. And then the 3rd finger will go over it and the pinky comes to the 7th fret. So you have A, 5th fret, 6th string. You got an E with your pinky, 7th fret, 5th string, and then you have your C sharp and your G sharp on your 3rd and 4th strings. G major 7. The way I like to do this chord is I'll leave out the 5th of this chord, which is the pinky, and I come over here and do this. So I have my middle finger on the E, which is the 5th fret of the 2nd string. And the other notes are the same. And my first finger is going to actually touch the 5th string, making it dead. 5th string dead, my 1st string's touching it. And I don't use the 1st string either. So now I don't have a 5th in my chord. At least I don't have the 5th in the lower register anyway. I do have it down here. That's how jazz guys make the chords. That's A major 7 as well. Another kind of cool way to make this chord is make a diagonal shape with all 4 fingers from 4th fret all the way up to 7th fret. And you use just those 4 strings. That's also A major 7. You can wrap your thumb around if you can. Some people have different hands than others. You may not be able to do this. It's kind of tough for me. You can catch the A bass at the top with your thumb. So there's 3 ways of making that chord. As far as the minor 7 goes, we'll go to A minor. If you just take your pinky off the chord altogether, A minor 7, pretty easy. Now here's another way to make it without the low 5th in it. Put the middle finger on the A, 5th fret. Let the 3rd finger bar the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. And you're going to do what we did with the other one, where we kill the 5th string and the 1st string just by our fingers touching it. It kind of naturally does it. You almost don't have to try. Then you have a good minor 7. Get these kind of good blues chord. So those 2 ways to do that. Then you do have this other one where you can just bar your 1st finger from the 4th string to the 1st string all on the 5th fret, and you have an inversion of an A minor 7. Okay, so now we're going to go to the 5th fret of the 5th string to D again, D major. Now to make a D major 7, we need to keep these notes, except we need to move the 3rd string note, which is D, the octave over to catch that major 7, which is the C sharp. One of my favorite chords. You can always remove the bass note and just drop it to the 1st string and only play those 4 strings if you wanted to do that too. So there's the D major 7 that I generally always use. We'll just kind of stick with that one. Same thing on the D minor chord. Make the regular D minor bar chord. A little closer on that. Now if you just remove your pinky, D minor 7. Now here's a good little thing you can do if you want to play D minor 7, and D minor 9 all together. Get those kind of sounds. Keep in mind, you can do this anywhere. I could be on F sharp and doing the same thing. Doesn't matter what fret you do it on. D is just the reference point. Always remember that. These are movable chords. They can be moved to any fret on the guitar. It'll get a bit ridiculous when you get towards the 12th fret because they'll just be crunched in there. You know, no need for that. With the exception of the 4-finger diagonal. Major 7. That's a good one to do pretty much anywhere. So that is going to be the lesson today. And remember, we learned major 9, major 7, minor 7, minor 9. A couple of different voicings for it. These work really well for different feelings that you want to put out in your music. Just like we were talking about with the A minor 9, if you wanted to kind of a scary sound. There's no better chord to do it with than that. Before we sign off, I want to talk a little bit about the open versions of these chords. Let's make an E minor, an open E minor. Let's do it with these 2 fingers, 1st and 2nd. So everybody should know E minor. I do this with my pinky. If you just want to take the middle finger off, you'll have an E minor 7, sorry. So that's the open version of what we're doing. Now if I add the pinky to the 4th fret, the F sharp on the 4th string, could use your 3rd finger. It's just a little more uncomfortable to do that. fret. And I'll go down to A minor. Same thing, take the third finger off, put the pinky over 2 frets, just like we did. A minor 9, make an A major. This time we'll remove the middle finger, drop the third finger off, put the middle finger back on, but on the 2nd string this time. Add pinky to the B, the 4th fret on the 3rd string. A major 9. Want to do the major 7. Put the 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. A7. A minor 7, you just make an A minor, remove the 3rd finger. These are done just like the bar chords we did. These are just some open versions of things that we wanted to show you. Alright, so we will see you next time at the next lesson. Until then, keep on playing.